So if you haven't heard, AMEX are just about to devalue their membership reward points. This is a massive blow because just a few months ago, Qantas devalued their membership points, and now we're getting the same sort of thing happen with AMEX membership points. On this channel, I regularly talk about the importance of earning membership points as opposed to exclusively Qantas or Velocity points, and now we're getting hit with one of these devaluations. And while at first glance it sounds like the end of the world, in today's video I'm going to go through all of the changes and show you exactly why it's not so bad. You see, a lot of people are just looking at this on surface value and seeing their points go from a 2-to-1 transfer rate to now a 3-to-1 transfer rate and saying, oh my god, it sucks. But if you're just looking at those figures, you are looking at the wrong information. In today's video, I'm going to take you through step by step and show you exactly what matters, which is at the end of the day, how many points it's going to cost us to book business class reward flights. So let's get straight into what these changes are. You can see here I'm on the Australian Frequent Flyer website, which is giving us a very neat summary of all of the changes that are occurring. The key changes that are occurring are going to be the British Airways Club. That's going from a 2-to-1 transfer rate to a 3-to-1. Same sort of thing with Cathay Pacific. Cathay Pacific, I'll actually be talking about an example in this video, but Cathay Pacific are going from a 2-to-1 to a 3-to-1 transfer rate from the 15th of December. Emirates are also going through a devaluation. Currently a 3-to-1 transfer rate will go to a 4-to-1 transfer rate. Now, to be honest, you shouldn't even be transferring to Emirates at the current transfer rate. It offers very poor redemption value. Instead, go through the Qantas portal, book your Emirates flights through the Qantas Frequent Flyer program. Do not do it through the Emirates Skywards program. The exception to this would be if Qantas have no reward seat and you're desperately trying to book an Emirates flight, but you're really paying above what you can if you were to go directly through Qantas. Etihad also going through the same devaluation rate. 2-to-1 will increase to 3-to-1. Now we are getting a new reward partner with Everyday Rewards. To be honest, I wouldn't transfer to Everyday Rewards anyway, regardless of what the conversion is. You're just getting very poor redemption value when you're using them on groceries or gift cards, whatever. Hilton Honors, no change. Malaysian Airlines, 2-to-1 is going to 3-to-1, same sort of deal. Marriott Bonvoy, no change. Qantas Frequent Flyer, this is great, no change. If we got hit with another devaluation, which we did just a few months ago, that would have sucked, but luckily it's staying the exact same. Qatar going from 2-to-1 transfer rate to a 3-to-1 transfer rate. Singapore Airlines, 3-to-1, no change. It will stay at 3-to-1. Now, I don't recommend using your AMEX points transferring to Singapore Airlines. The conversion rate on this at 3-to-1 is very, very poor. You are much better off booking directly through the Velocity Frequent Flyer program. The exception to that is if there's no reward seat and it's only available through Singapore Airlines, or if you're trying to book Singapore Airlines first class. Now we're going to lose Thai Airlines there. You can see 2-to-1 was the transfer rate. They are going to remove that airline. Virgin Atlantic, same thing. 2-to-1 is going to 3-to-1. And Velocity Frequent Flyer program, 2-to-1 will stay at 2-to-1, which is important. The main airlines that we are going to be using if we have AMEX membership points are most likely going to be Velocity and Qantas Frequent Flyer programs. And the good news is both of those programs are untouched. So to summarize that, 200,000 AMEX points would previously convert to 100,000 airline miles for most of these airlines, such as Cathay Pacific or Qatar. But from the 15th of December, these 200,000 AMEX points will only convert into about 66,000 airline miles. Now, while this devaluation does suck, I do want to run through a couple of examples to show you that even after the devaluation occurs, you are still getting better value than if you were to book using Qantas points to book Cathay Pacific flights or using Velocity points to book Qatar flights. When you book directly through Cathay Pacific or Qatar, all these different airline carriers, even after the devaluation occurs, you are still getting better value. So to make this example easy for you, let's talk about booking a flight to Hong Kong. Now to make this search easy, I'm going to use a site called seats.aero. Seats.aero is an amazing tool, helps you scan the entire Qantas, Velocity, and a whole bunch of different other airline programs very, very quickly. So for this example, I'll type in AUL, which is Australia's large airports, and I want to go to Hong Kong, which is HKG. I'm then going to hit in search. This is going to show me a whole calendar year of availability all at once. Now, once this data has loaded, I'm going to ensure Qantas frequent flyer is ticked. Click on business class, hold down shift. That's going to rank things by business class in date order. Now for me, I want to look at a flight from Sydney to Hong Kong. That's on Qantas aircraft, so it's going to be a bad example. We want to find something that is on a Cathay Pacific flight. Right here, you can see Adelaide to Hong Kong in February will cost me 90,000 points. That's pretty consistent here for Cathay Pacific flights from Australia to Hong Kong. So we know that it's going to cost us 90,000 Qantas points to book that. If I go onto the Cathay Pacific website and I type in, make sure that you hit redeem flights here. I put in Adelaide to Hong Kong, one way, business. If I click on this little dates calendar here, what we're looking for are these little green seats. These green seats are going to give us the best value. If I click on a date with these little green seats, you can see here it's hopefully going to show me rates from 58,000 Cathay Pacific points. You can see here this flight has now loaded. 58,000 points is going to get me the flight from Adelaide through to Hong Kong. Is it going to give me any more details here? Flight details. This should confirm. There you go. So A350 Adelaide to Hong Kong in business class, 58,000 points. This is the example mass. 180,000 AMEX points will convert to 90,000 Qantas points. If we were to book directly on the Qantas frequent flyer program, Adelaide to Hong Kong, that's how many points it would set us back. Now, before the 15th of December, we're going to get a 2-to-1 conversion rate to Cathay Pacific points, meaning 116,000 AMEX points will convert into the 58,000 miles we need when we're booking directly on the Cathay Pacific site. But after the 15th of December, we know that that's going to a 3-to-1 conversion ratio, meaning we now need 174,000 AMEX points, which will convert to our 58,000 miles, which we can then book directly through the Cathay Pacific site. You can see here that all of this mass still means that it is cheaper booking directly with AMEX points through the Cathay Pacific portal than it is booking with Qantas points. Even after this massive 30% devaluation, we are still getting better value than booking directly with Qantas points. So in all my previous videos, when I've been harping on for multiple months talking about the importance of earning membership points, even after this massive devaluation, it is still important to be earning membership points as opposed to just Qantas points. Now, maybe that means we use different bank cards now that earn membership points and they are not AMEX membership points. If you do want me to make a video about that another time, just leave a comment letting me know. But you can see here, AMEX points are not dead. Even after this devaluation, they are still better value than if you just had Qantas points. Now, I'm not going to go through every single airline here, but I will do one more example, which is going to be Qatar points. Let's go Australia to Doha. Seats.aero is a very useful tool for flights to Doha because I can search both the Velocity frequent flyer program and also I can search the Qatar frequent flyer program. So I'll ensure that both of those frequent flyer programs are ticked. Click on business. This is now ranking these flights by the amount of points required from smallest to largest. You can see here, if I wanted to go Sydney to Doha, it's going to cost me 70,000 Qatar miles. If I was to try to find a Velocity frequent flyer flight, which is going to go from Sydney to Doha, it's going to set me back 119,500 Velocity points to go from Sydney to Doha. So 119,000 Velocity points to go from Sydney to Doha. And if we go back here, if we find a flight from Sydney to Doha, you can see here it's only costing 70,000 Qatar miles when we're going from Sydney to Doha and we book directly through Qatar. This means if we go back to this mass, so breaking this mass down, if we wanted to book a Sydney to Doha flight with Velocity points, we would need 119,500 Velocity points. This converts to 239,000 AMEX points. There is no change to that transfer rate, but if we were to book directly through the Qatar frequent flyer program, it's going to cost us 70,000 Avios miles, when we book through there. To get those 70,000 Avios miles with the old Amex transfer rate, if we transfer our points from Amex to Qatar before the 15th of December, we can complete that transfer for just 140,000 Amex points. That's almost a difference of 100,000 Amex points compared to if we were booking that same flight through Velocity. Now we know that from the 15th of December, our Amex points are getting devalued, so it's going to cost us 210,000 Amex points to get those 70,000 Avios miles after the 15th of December. You can see here that even after this devaluation occurs, it is still far cheaper booking directly through the Qatar frequent flyer program as opposed to using Velocity points. So I hope that takes all that worry away. Sure, it does suck that our Amex points are getting devalued from the 15th of December, but it's not the end of the world. In most scenarios, it's still going to be cheaper using your Amex points to these frequent flyer programs directly as opposed to booking through partners such as Qantas and Velocity. Now, if you do want me to make a video talking about if we should start using other banks' cards with membership points, leave a comment letting me know. And if you are frustrated that you can't use your frequent flyer points and you do want to fly business class around the world, check out the link in the video description. In there, you'll find my Patreon group where every single day I share the very best reward seats that you can book using your Qantas and Velocity points, so you can snap up business class seats that most people don't even know exist. In there, you'll also get direct support from me, so if you have any questions with anything to do with your points, you can send me a message at any time. Hope this video was helpful. See you in the next one.